9 to 5 jobs where the subway runs 24/7 is extremely accessible and complementary.
I just wanted to add on to that and say and reiterate that with the Long Island Railroad connection, what we would really get is maybe like 1 train an hour. Towards the end of the service as a Long Island Railroad commuter service. The MTA was running, well, not MTA back then, but the city was running 15 frequent service there, and yes, it might have taken you 19 minutes to get to the station, but the trade-off there is that you don't get that 1 train every 5 minutes, 1 train every 3 minutes. Extending the subway down there makes a lot more sense in terms of frequency. It'll allow you to maybe not have to plan out your trips every second. You don't have to worry about missing 1 train, that comes every hour. And in the FTA's study that they did on reactivation, they concluded that subway is probably the best option for using this transit asset because it already connects to the A train that goes down to the Broadways.
There's another thing. When I lived in Manhattan, it was really convenient for me to get to other parts of Manhattan very easily. And then I moved to Queens, to Richmond Hill, right near Hull, 23 years ago, and I discovered that it's really hard to get around Queens. If you're not, and lots of parts of Queens are very cut off from the other parts. One of the really nice things about, the LIRR thing would probably just be like 2 stops. This would have stops at, in the Rockaways, and then, the A train stops, and then it would stop here at Rockaway Boulevard, it would stop at Atlantic, it would stop at Jamaica Avenue, and at Metropolitan. I was going north, I hadn't got there yet, before getting to the Queens Center Mall. So it would really tie together, it would make it easier for everybody to get to the mall if that's what you want to do. Or to get, there are a lot more doctors up in Forest Hills than there are down here. That's another issue, and it makes it a lot easier for people who don't live in a community packed with doctors and lawyers and other useful professionals that charge high fees that you need to have it tie the communities together.
I just wanted to ask, who takes the train to go see a doctor, to the dentist, to get, to these services that people need? That's a lot of people here that use these infrastructure pieces to get them around to all kinds of appointments all around the city. And so that's why we really need Queenslink.
There was one other point that the hospitals and the Rockaways have a hard time getting nurses and other medical professionals because it's hard. But the hospital that used to be in the Rockaways and the clinics there have a hard time hiring because, and a lot of businesses have a hard time hiring because it's too hard for them to get people to go there. One of the reasons that transit is such a great stimulator of economic growth is that it makes it easy for people to get to businesses, for businesses to employ people, and it becomes a terrific, what's that word, multiplier of economic activity.
Did anyone else have a question?
Yep. Hi everyone, Felicia saying good to see so many community members here. I don't have to preach to the choir because you all know that this Queenslink project is all about equity, and I'm really curious to hear if members of the organization has to fix the MTA, and the reason why is because you're creating legislative connections for that, and also broadening the fact that this is going to take a while to be actually implemented in our community, and so how we can really push forward with equity now is through fix the MTA. Pilot was just funded through it, budget. I'd just love to know your involvement or your plan with that, and how that intersects with Queenslink.
Yeah, so Fix the MTA is a great project. It would make transit better for so many New Yorkers, and we fully support Fix the MTA. We're focused on something very specific, which is this infrastructure investment here in Queens and reactivation right away. We've been in contact with members of Fix the MTA and with Zora Minami, the representative who, Assembly member who is kind of spearheading this campaign. And we love all the ideas. We really look forward to working with these representatives to get that kind of legislative support and to get funding for all of these projects, because we need transit investment, all across the board. It shouldn't be one project or another. We need everything we can get, and so we really appreciate all of that.
I just wanted to thank Joseph Page for taking video on the Queenslink team. Thank you, Joseph. You have a question here?
Okay, good. First, speaking for like the African American community, which I'm African American, also if you're Caribbean or Hispanic, I know that it's like I have a critical view on the Queenslink. I'm supportive, but it's critical. The main reason, if you're African American or like African American in the Rockaways, and you're trying to go to Harlem, well, you're going to be stuck with the A train, even if the Queenslink is there, because that's the train that's going to take you to Harlem, and it's going to do Brooklyn and Lower Manhattan before you get to Harlem. The Queenslink is designed for Midtown, so that's where my criticism come in. Now, as far as feeding into the Queens Boulevard line, you know how congested that is. But folks in Queens Boulevard, they're not going to want to hear their train being diverted. So you have to find other alternatives while connecting the Queenslink to the Queens Boulevard line, either via transfer, so they can continue north like Junction Boulevard, so you can service the area, and then go across to 125th Street, and also as you see on the presentation, it looks like it's 2 tracks. There needs to be 4 tracks. Why I'm saying 4 tracks? Because you have a local and you have an express. The express will be designed to take you into Manhattan. Like the express, I'll probably add a stop, I will add a stop in Myrtle Avenue. The express would get from Liberty, the next stop is Jamaica, next stop Metropolitan, and after Metropolitan, it'll be built either like above the Long Island Expressway. Probably make a stop at like Grand Avenue in Maspeth before his next stop is Court Square, and then built it to the 63rd Street Tunnel. So you have a faster train. You have your faster train to Midtown. While the local, it'll stop like Liberty Avenue will stop at Atlantic, Jamaica, Myrtle, Metropolitan, and then make the transfer at Queens Boulevard and 63rd Street in Regal Park before going up Junction Boulevard, connect to 7 at Junction Boulevard, and then stop at Northern and make a station at Astoria Boulevard labeled at LaGuardia Airport, because you can actually walk to the airport from there. And then go across Astoria Boulevard, connect with the Astoria line, and then make a stop at Ward's Island before going across 125th Street in Manhattan. Think about that. Think about that because people in my area, they more attracted to the Harlem, and not so much attracted to the Midtown and Lower Manhattan. Maybe their job is more like Harlem, Washington Heights, South Bronx, those areas. And they're not going to want the long indirect routes and indirect commutes. Q44 is over in Jamaica, and that's probably the only direct bus route.
This is phase 1, that's phase 2.
Okay.